Good morning, Adelaide, and good morning to everyone that likes cars. Now, unfortunately, I'm in a pretty bad predicament. I woke up this morning feeling like I had a huge headache because of SAPOL. I have nothing wrong with police officers, okay? I love Ambos more, but you guys, you're second place, you're doing your job. I'm happy. As you guys know, I'm passionate for cars. I love driving cars. A lot of nights I'll go out to a lookout spot with my mates and just kind of relax, have good chats and just drive our cars if we, get the chance. Right now, I'm driving a stock Hyundai Excel. Now, I drive this car because it's cheap, it's reliable, it's safe. I can maintain it because I know how to maintain it because I obviously race these things. But apparently last night, that didn't matter. So as you all know, I'm a safe, responsible driver. And I drive a safe, responsible car for that reason. Now, I had a bunch of mates at this lookout spot, which we normally go to most nights. I was aware that there was about 5 or 6 cops there, and I was aware that they were searching everyone's cars. Now, can I just say that this group doesn't hoon or doesn't cause trouble, but there's been issues in the area where the police were at this lookout. So they were getting targeted. Now, I was going up to Windy Point anyway. I was on my way, so I'm like, look, I'm just going to park up, see what's going on. I drive my stock Hyundai Excel into the car park. There's about 6 cops, like 6 cop cars just scattered around this car park. Cops looking at cars, bonnets open. There's even other stock vehicles which are being looked at because they're part of this group. So I park up a bit of a distance away from the police officers. Like, I'm not like away, but like I'm in that area and I'm just kind of away from it. I pull up in my car, I get out of my car, I'm looking around what's going on, saying hello to some of my mates, and this big Irish cop comes up to me. He's a big bloke, he looks like he'd probably knock you out in one punch. Pulls up to me and says, "Okay mate, how you going? Can I do an alcohol test and pop your bonnet?" I'm like, okay. So you're saying I've just pulled up here and now you're going to alcohol test me because I'm talking to some people I know in this car group. I do an alcohol test. I should have acted drunk because I love doing that. I love when you just prank the cops, but I acted normal, unfortunately. I didn't do a Mr. Dusty and pretend I was drunk. Passed the alcohol test, obviously, because I wouldn't drive drunk, as none of us would. And then, I pop my bonnet and I say to him, "Look, mate, this is my road car. I don't know what you're doing here, but, I use this car to just get around. I haven't modified this in any way." So you're targeting modified cars, yet you're also targeting a stock Hyundai Excel, which doesn't actually make sense. What's going on here? Anyway, I pop my bonnet. Now this car is relatively, it's safe. The seatbelts are fine. It's got tires because we've got that many stockies we can put on the car. I maintain this car, so I'm feeling pretty confident, okay? I didn't say anything. I just let him do his job. All I said was, "Hey, this is my road car, okay? I need this for work." Just so he knows that in my situation, I can't afford to lose my road car, okay? Now he searches the car, he gets his flashlight, goes under the car, above the car, checks the tires, he checks the seat belts, checks the steering wheel. He's doing all these tests. He's trying to, he's pulling the seat belt back, and he's done it about 6 or 7 times. He's trying to make it so it won't retract. I know a lot of cops do this, they try and pull it and it won't retract. So he's done this. Someone's calling me, give me a second. So he's checked the whole car and he comes up to me and he says, "I'm doing a full Regency defect on your car," which means my whole car has to be inspected and has to be in mint condition to get off defect. Now, for a car that's stock and has not ever been touched in its life and is actually relatively safe, you'd get a minor defect for something like the tires on the wear bar, there's a little oil leak. I get a full Regency, which costs me more than the car's worth to get the car fixed properly. So he tells me that I'm getting a full Regency. I'm like, "What do you mean I'm getting a full Regency? What are you on about? I just parked up here and a minute later I'm getting a full Regency for what?" I argue the case. He shows me there's an oil leak, which is actually just dried up oil, okay, just above the extractors, and he's saying, "Oh, you got oil, this can cause a fire." Well, mate, the car's done around 25,000 kilometers and it hasn't caught fire yet with that oil that's been stained there. It's been there since I brought the freaking car. I've driven it that much. Where's the fire, mate? Where's the fire? I'm looking. It's not coming, mate. There's not going to catch fire with dried up oil. So I say that, and he has a stupid cop comeback of, "I'm going to give you a $500 fine if you keep arguing." Just like that. Because I'm trying to prove a point, because I'm mechanically minded, he can fine me for that. Because I'm trying to explain my situation. That's what ticked me off, that I was threatened with getting a fine. So after that, I couldn't say a word. Okay, there was nothing I could say because I would get fined, and I can't afford to be fined because I need that money for many other things in life. Just like my car, because without my car, I can't get to work. But you know what? The cop doesn't care. He doesn't care that I'm a working class citizen and that I'm actually trying to do something with my life. You know, that I need a car to get around, and I haven't modified this car or been a hoon or done skids or done anything in the area. I've just been picked on like that. That's what pisses me off the most. I got a sticker on my car, and now I've got an XL I can't drive. He gave me an hour to get home as well. So there you go. Now I have a XL which is actually in pretty safe condition that I can't use, and I have to put money and time into that I don't have because I pulled up to a car park and I wasn't allowed to explain myself to the cop because I would get a fine. So thank you, SAPOL, for your over-empowering use on someone who's actually trying to benefit themselves in life and needs that vehicle to get around and isn't driving a modified Subaru Forester at the moment. And I have to now because you've taken away my safe road cars. So, you know what? Thank you. I appreciate it. And it's not just that. I also had a few other mates out there, as I said. One of my friends who wasn't even in the car park, his car was just parked there. The cops couldn't find him, so they went to his house. His parents were sleeping at 11 o'clock at night. They woke them up saying, "Where's your son?" Mate, his car's parked there, doesn't mean he's there. So they still just defected it. And it was actually probably one of the most safe cars I've been in. I think it was a pretty reliable and well looked after car, but no, not. What can I say? What can I say? And this guy needs to get to work as well. What's he going to do now? He doesn't have another car. He's going to have to buy a cheap and unreliable daily now. So now he's going to be driving a more unsafe car. The logic does not work, okay? It does not work. So I'm pissed off about it, okay? They can argue their point if they want, but I know what's happening here, and I know that I've been overpowered by a police officer, and I know there's good cops out there. I'm not saying cops are bad people. I'm saying that what happened in this situation was pretty pathetic, and I was targeted. So if you've had a similar experience, please let me know in the comments because this is my first time being defected and I didn't expect to be defected in a car that's actually safe and I know is roadworthy. So I got done for the oil leak, which is just burnt oil or old oil. I know that for a fact. And then I got done for an insecure battery. Now, that battery just needed to be tied with a 12mm spanner. That's all it needed. The battery mount was just a bit loose because I had to replace the battery. Not that hard to do. Don't need a full regency. I just need a tool so I can do it. So thank you. Leave a like if you enjoyed my rant because you know what? There might be more coming with this stuff. And I'll let you guys know soon if the XL gets off defect, which it should do. It'll take me a bit of time, but it's not that hard to fix an oil leak that's not existing. Thank you guys. Have a good one. Take care. Adios.